I'm running late again. Not taking notes tonight. We'll be watching. Oh, that's awesome, Linda. Yes, there is a lot happening, isn't there? Now, I am live. Linda, I know I see you in the chat. There seems to be a delay again. Surprise, surprise. Should we be surprised? I do see a delay on my end. Are you, and then Linda, are you able to, may you please actually, so I'm just getting myself set up here a little bit more. Linda, may you please let me know if you can hear me and see me okay? I'm guessing that you can because I've seen you chatting a couple of times now. But if you may please let me know if you can see me and hear me okay here live, that would be most appreciated. We've had a couple of tech issues the past couple of weeks, 2 weeks now, I think. We've had a few dodgy businesses going on. I see you now. Oh, perfect, Linda. Thank you. Yeah, what can I say? We've had a couple of tech issues, nothing to do with me and mine. Everything looks fine. Dragonfly, you're here. Hi, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much, ladies. Yes, I hear you too. Oh, awesome, Linda. Thank you so much for that. It's so nice to see you ladies here tonight. Yeah, I was feeling kind of off again today. I'm like, just go live. So I hope that everyone is doing well as they can. You know that there's a ton going on. What you're hearing in the background, just disclaimers, the kettle, it's just boiling here away. So I'm just getting the hot water boiled for the general weekly tea leaf reading. So if you're watching this live, welcome. If you're watching this on a replay, again, welcome. Thank you so much again for being here. My name is Sarah, if you don't know that already. Hi. I am located in Southern Ontario, Southwestern Ontario, Canada, and I am a coffee drinking and tea leaf reader. So what we do here twice a week is actually it's my 14-year anniversary as of the beginning of this month doing tea leaf reading, which is crazy. But so what we do here twice a week is we go live Mondays and Thursdays at 9 p.m. for summer hours, 9 p.m. Eastern. Oh, hang on. I have to enlarge my. I'm getting sidetracked here. I know that. Sorry about that. I have to enlarge my. I use the computer off to the side to read the chat because I'm like very short-sighted. So when I zoom in, sometimes it gets cut off, and then I'm always like scrolling and stuff to see the chat. So sorry, 1 second. This morning, and it said I hear a tea reading. Oh, that's cool. You can't make this stuff up. Oh, I love God, don't you? It's awesome. So yes, what we do here is this. What Linda was sort of like referring to just now is we do tea leaf reading. So this involves looking at images which are formed by tea leaves in a cup. They all mean different things. The images can be literal, symbolic, and or both. And the best way that I describe tea leaf reading in a nutshell, very much in a nutshell, is that in addition to what I just said, it describes the qualities and or characteristics of events and or situations which are likely to occur. So the way that I myself read tea leaves is very much like looking at chronological and looking at events, looking at a possible future outcome, possible future outcomes, and that's sort of my take on tea leaf reading. That's how I do it. I read chronologically. That's just me. Dragonfly. I'm just reading your message now, Dragonfly. Good. If he hadn't gone through it with his brother. Oh my God. Well, Dragonfly, just please know that my thoughts and prayers are with you and your family. Okay. So sorry. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, I mean, I always like to do this anyway. Oh, 1 second. Let me just finish my train of thought here. But Jenny, hi. Jenny's back. Jenny's here. Hi, Jenny. Thanks so much for being here. Well, given like in light of everything that Dragonfly just said in the chat, I always like to give you a big shout out anyway, Dragonfly, because Dragonfly is my moderator for anyone who's like wondering what I'm referring to. Dragonfly is a beautiful moderator. She takes care of the chat, keeps it nice and clear and clean of any little trolley spammy bots or whatever we sometimes get, which I just I find it amusing at this point that we get them. But anyway. So in light of all of that, let's give Dragonfly, as always, a big round of applause, a big, huge thank you to Dragonfly, and just send Dragonfly a lot of love if you're willing to accept that, Dragonfly, and maybe some prayers for well-being. So just thank you, if I'm allowed to say that, Dragonfly. So apologies if I'm not, but just wanted to give Dragonfly extra love tonight, and thank you so much for all that you do, Dragonfly, and for all of your help and prayers for your family. So just hang in there. Gosh, it's awful. Well, everyone, I hate to just sort of run on with the rest of the live following that, but I am glad that it sounds like everything is going as well as it possibly can be. Yeah, okay, awesome. Thank you, Dragonfly. I just sort of ran with that, but thank you so much. So we'll definitely, I will keep saying some prayers for you and your family for sure. Absolutely. Absolutely. And onwards we go. God works in mysterious ways, doesn't he? Okay. God. Yes. The sweetest people are here in the chat. I say it all the time. The sweetest people are always here. Well, thank you, Dragonfly, for everything that you do, and I'm sure like your family is just your pillar of strength for them. And thank you so much again for sharing your time with us this evening. We really appreciate it. I know I certainly do. I'm sure everyone, not to speak for anyone else, I don't ever like to do that, but I am absolutely certain that everyone else here really appreciates all that you do as well, and for sharing your time and keeping the chat nice and clean and tickly boo in a way and troll free. I jest and I laugh. That's just the Sagittarius in me coming out. But in all honesty, could not do this without you. So thank you so much for all of your help, Dragonfly. I so appreciate it, and so we all appreciate you. So we'll try and let's just try and keep this as succinct tonight, so you can get on with your own evening, Dragonfly. But thank you so much for sharing your time as always with us, given everything that you are experiencing. And let's have this great tea leaf reading for the week, general weekly tea leaf reading here. And I hope that your week and your family's week goes very, very well. Okay. So in case you're Sagittarian too. Yes, that's awesome. That's so cool. That's amazing. I'm not. I'm very much a Leo with the hair, but I do have a lot of Sagittarian in my chart. I love Sagittarians. They're so much fun. So much fun. Well, let's see if there's going to be any Sagittarian energy in this cup, in this reading for this week. So I have done a little bit of my verbal blurby. I'm so strange. About what tea leaf reading is, what we do. Now, how I myself read, again, is chronological. That's just how I do it. Different people will tell you different ways. I read chronological. So the rim is the present situation, like right now. The sides are on the way. The base is more of the distant future. So it's now in the way and later. Now, in terms of what we're doing, sorry, that was my ring clicking on the cup. Now, in terms of what we do here on this channel is we go live twice a week, as I was mentioning before. We go live once, obviously, on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, and once on Thursday evenings as well at 9 p.m. Eastern. Those are summer hours. We'll change it back to 8 p.m. most likely 8 p.m. When the sun begins to go to sleep a little bit earlier in the evening. But for right now, it's at 9 p.m. for the summertime. And what we do is on Monday nights is the general weekly tea leaf reading. So it does a look at the week ahead to see whatever the boss, divine source, would like us to know for the week as the week unfolds. And on Thursday evenings, we go live as well. And that is viewer readings. So live viewer readings. So if you were ever curious, ever interested to see or experience a quick taste test of what a tea leaf reading is like, we do offer those 3 free 5-minute tea leaf readings. The shortest amount of time that I offer for private readings, obviously a bit of a shameless plug in here, is 5 minutes. So as opposed to these 5-minute little taste tests of a tea leaf reading. But that's on Thursday. Right now, we are back to our normal schedule last week. So this week, sorry that I could not make it last Monday. Not feeling great. Had a lot on my plate last week. So anyway, back to normal schedule tonight. So let's get on with this week's tea leaf reading. So again, this is a look at the week ahead to see whatever the universe, divine source would like us to know, and that is for this week going ahead. So I've boiled the water. So let's just have a settle in, have a nice little relaxing tea leaf reading. Maybe make yourself a cup of tea or a nice cold drink of water. Just be cozy, just relax, enjoy, and sit back and just relax and enjoy this tea leaf reading. Now, of course, some, none, or all of this information conveyed through the leaves in here may resonate with you and or may apply to you because, of course, guess why? It is a general weekly tea leaf reading. So again, please take what you will and leave what you don't. And as always, for our regulars here in the chat, you can recite everything that I've just said as well as I can, if not better. But as always, again, entertainment purposes only. So please take what you will and leave what you don't. Big, long disclaimer in the description box below, but I would like to say it out loud anyway. So I have the tea in the cup. I have the boiled water in the tea. in the cup rather. So all set, ready to go. Now let's get this cup ready. How is everyone doing? I hope that your week is going well so far. I know it's just started. I'm all confused. I thought today was Tuesday for a little while. I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday. What day is it? Oh, it's Monday. Totally confused. Did you notice that for last week too? Because I totally thought every day was a different day last week. Like time shifting or something. Something was going on last week. Okay, so now what I'm going to do now is just close my eyes. I've already said all my prayers ahead of time. Swirl the leaves a few times. Okay. Okay, I have the cup here. I have the plate here. Whoops, sorry, that was me. Please feel free to talk amongst yourselves in the chat. I love it when you do that. Just checking the consistency of these tea leaves. Linda, I found the spoon. I have a spoon. I actually have 2 spoons. My mom cringes every time I talk about this. Linda knows the story. Sometimes I don't always. Sometimes I forget the spoon, so I just use what I have, which is a makeup applicator. Anyways, so I do have spoons. So let me get the tea leaves ready. And while I do this, I'm just straining any excess liquid out of the cup at the moment in time. That's what I'm doing, in case you're wondering. So while I just do that, let's give another shameless plug. Thank you so much again for everyone for being here. We definitely have been getting some new subscribers over the past month or so, actually. So if you are a new subscriber, thank you again for being here. It's awesome that you are here. We have absolutely surpassed the 500 mark. So it looks like we keep going up every week, which is phenomenal. Really is helping this channel to grow. So all of your likes, comments in the chat, subscribing to this channel, which is completely free. It all really truly helps this channel to grow and really helps with the algorithm. So thank you so much everyone for all of your help. If you wanted to contribute to the channel financially, of course, don't feel like you need to, but if you wish to, I do have a link to my, apologies here in advance for some noise in the background. I'm just pushing the leaves back down into the cup. I do have a Ko-fi account, so if you are interested in buying me a coffee or buying your dog Brie a biscuit, all of my links are in the description box below. So thank you so much. It all really helps. It all goes towards running costs of this channel. So thank you so much for all of your help. Okay. Shameless plugs aside, the consistency of these leaves is actually looks pretty good. Just do a little bit more tweaking here. So our dog Brie went back to the beach today again. She had a ball. She's pretty tired. It's pretty warm here where I am, so she was pretty tired tonight. You may hear her walking around, but if anything, she'll be having a nap. Just checking the consistency of the leaves. A little drop of water back in the cup. I just took out a little bit, tiny bit too much. Perfect. Okay, that's perfect. Needed like half a drop. Perfect. Okay, excellent. Okay. I use my phone to stream, laptop off to the side, so it looks very tilted, but I promise you it's not. 1, 2, 3, flip. So, how is everyone doing in your part of the world? Now I'm going to turn the cup or the mug around 3 or 4 times clockwise. Getting the cup ready. Now, what I always like to, I try to aim for about a 20-minute TV reading. So that's what I'm going to aim for again tonight. Aim for approximately 10 minutes. I'm going to give as much, 20 minutes rather, sorry. I'm going to give as much detail as I possibly can, as always. A tissue from over here. Crazy here as usual. Oh my goodness, Jenny. Yes, I can concur from where I am as well. Jackson, I'm squinting. I'm very short-sighted, everyone. Sorry about this. I'm just being a stereotypical Canadian here. Let me just keep apologizing and happy day, okay? Jackson grandson says hi. Oh, Jackson, hi. Everyone, let's say hi to Jackson. Hi, how are you? Are you hanging out with Grandma tonight? Aw, thanks for being here, Jackson. How you doing? How was your day? Hi, Jackson. Aw, there's Ginny. Yes, Jackson's a special little man that we have here in the chat. He comes over and says hi sometimes. That's awesome. How was your supper, Jackson? Did you have anything special for supper? I had fish burgers. That's what I had for supper. And some salad. Oh, Jackson. Okay. Now, the leaves are pretty well ready. As always, I am going to aim to post the recording of this video tomorrow, most likely in the early afternoon. I will take pictures of this tea leaf reading, and always I will post them on the community, on my community tab afterwards. So if you are intrigued or interested to see what the leaves look like, you are most welcome to go and check them out. I will post those again I like to post them around the same time, so you can see them both at the same time. So most likely early, around noon or so tomorrow. Pizza. Oh, that's awesome. Pizza's really good. Pizza's really good. I like mushrooms on my pizza. I think they look regular, like white button mushrooms. Really good. And pineapple. Okay. Well, Jackson, I hope that you enjoyed your pizza. And thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And is everyone ready for this tea leaf reading? Okay, ready? Okay. Jenny, I had pizza yesterday. Oh, that's awesome. Now I want pizza. I like spinach on my pizza too. Oh, everyone's like having so much fun. We're such foodies over here. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's so much fun. Like we hang out when we do tea leaf reading and talk about what we had for supper. Like this is so perfect. Okay, so these are the tea leaves here. I would like to show you. I haven't even really looked at them, to be honest. You're seeing them before I am. Okay. All right, is everyone ready? Let's go. I'm going to try and keep an eye on the chat, but Dragonfly, I know that you're here too, so I know you're going to be keeping an eye on things as well. So thanks everyone for being here. Please feel free to chat amongst yourselves. I really won't be answering in the chat too much, responding to your comments too much, just so that I can focus on the reading and give you as best as reading as possible. But I will be here as well. So thanks again, everyone, and let's get to the reading. Okay, let's go. Entertainment purposes only. Okay, so it looks like from what I'm seeing in here, we have I would say overall, we have one main event or situation taking place. You know, from what I'm seeing, it looks like right now, and again, this is some, none, or all of this may resonate with you and or may even apply to you. But anyway, I'm seeing what I'm seeing. From what I'm seeing, like overall, generally speaking, things really are calm and clear and quiet, and or we want things to get moving. This is across the board. This may be relevant or have a relevance to only one particular event or situation taking place right now. There may be one main event or situation taking place right now that's the case. But however you sort of like want to look at it in like one of maybe even 3 or 4 ways, different ways. Generally speaking, calm and clear and quiet right now across the board. Now, having said that, as often or frequently is the case, when things are kind of quiet on the rim, it usually changes often, like frequently from what I've seen in the past, it will change very, very rapidly, and that's what I'm seeing in here. So we have many different tea leaves right below the rim. That is exactly what I'm referring to when I say that. Okay. So we do have one main event or situation. That is this line of tea leaves right here that we do have right here. Now, in addition to this one main event or situation, I mean, it is about 1/8 of the cup. So really, it's not incredibly important or It's not, we will replace that word. Not incredibly significant. So we do have one main event or situation, but it isn't like all encompassing like this week. It isn't like huge and massive, like hugely massive. But in and of itself, it is significant. It's that kind of situation. It may not be like a lot, like very, very important or very significant, but what is happening is significant. It does become a little bit more significant, I would say, even around Wednesday, and especially like Friday and heading into the weekend is when it really becomes bigger, more prominent. Pick your word, but bigger and more prominent. Now, in the short term, we have, let me see, 1, 2. I want to say we have 4 smaller, very much short-term events or indoor situations taking place. It's like we have 2 and 2. So 2 taking place, 2 taking place. Each are like there's 2 sets of 2, and in each set are related with each other. So we have 2 over here and 2 over here. And certainly, at least in one of the 2 scenarios, is directly related to this main event or situation. The other one is, I would say, probably almost indirectly related, but it is connected to the main event or situation as well. I'm doing overall, and then I'll go into more details. 1. Okay, so in addition to this main event or situation, we do have 2 main areas throughout this week where, again, things are calm and clear and quiet, and we're happy with that, and or we want things to get moving a little bit more. One is like vastly more so significant than the other scenario. Okay. However, we do have a separate event or situation taking place, again, very much in the short term, aside from those 2 and 2 scenarios that I was mentioning. But there are 2 parts to that situation, this other situation as well, taking place like imminently, essentially. And it does actually create another event or situation. So actually, in sort of to give context, we do have this one main event over here. However, aside from it, we do have a whole other separate main event or situation. I will retract the word main. It's not the main event or situation, but it is another scenario that is taking place throughout this week. Action, momentum, things taking place rather quickly, creativity, making new things, new creative projects, from what I'm seeing, are involved. Also the qualities of like intense, incredible, like incredibly intense. Sorry, I looked over, I saw pizza, got distracted. Importance and significance is also present, yes, but it's like this intense quality or characteristic of unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, divine guidance, protection. Nothing bad. I'm not referring to anything like that, but those qualities are present in regards to this other event or scenario that's also taking place. This other event or scenario really is comprised rather of a lot of thoughts, ideas, conversations, things up in the air a little bit more, much more so than the main event or situation. Now, I would say this begins around Tuesday, around tomorrow, and so it's sort of like the rim is like right now, mid cup is like Wednesday, and the base is like this weekend heading into next week. So I'm going to say around Tuesday and heading into Wednesday, things really begin to more so appear with this secondary event or scenario. Again, there's a lot of conversations, thoughts, ideas, conversations present regarding this. It's just not as significant, but it's big. That's the thing. It's like there's not a lot. There's many things happening within this scenario. But in comparison to the main event, it's not as important. They really are opposite in terms of how they are. Their personality, you could even say, are completely the opposite. It's almost like Gemini. Like there's 2 halves, and they're so alike and they're so different at the same time. They're completely the opposite. And hear what I'm saying. I'm not that I'm an astrologer. I don't claim to be. Okay, let's look at this main event and get into some more details. Well, let's look at these two and the 2 and 2 because that's sort of what's taking place like imminently. So one of the two smaller events or scenarios taking place connected with the main event, it does involve 4 different parts. Even I would even say that involves messages like receiving communications, like about the Homelander family, and 2 different parts of it, 2 different ways, 2 different messages, and this is all like presents an opportunity. It's almost like in some way, um, it's interesting because it's like a new opportunity is being presented. We're seeing it presented. At the same time, we have a new opportunity that's being contemplated. There's a Leo connection, I would say, involved with this, most likely. I know that are we even in Leo right now? Like, this is what I mean. Like, I'm not an astrologer. I think, are we in Leo right now? I think we are in Leo, right? Yeah, we're in Leo. Okay, that makes sense. Now, if this is not referring to simply referring to timing, that it could be referencing the qualities and or characteristics of Leo. Maybe someone involved is a Leo. Anyway, but that is definitely present, I would say, as well as this unconditional love, sweetness, and gentle energy as well, very sweet and loving as well. And at the same time, it's like we have another opportunity. So we have 2 that are being presented to us. Excuse me. One is much more important than the other, but the more important, more complex one with more things taking place. That's smaller, less significant in regards to, in contrast to the one with the 2 events. Or sorry, in contrast to the one with the 2 messages that are present. Okay. In regards to this whole scenario, though, there's this sense of action, momentum, and things taking place rather quickly, especially in regards to the smaller event that's taking place, like that we're seeing, as well as this new opportunity that we're thinking or that's being contemplated. But again, it's action, momentum, things taking place rather quickly. Now, there could even be a woman involved. This could be you watching, could be someone else. But anyway, significant individual with a woman that's present. You have 4 Leos in your family, Dragonfly. That's awesome. That's awesome. Could be that. Could be one of those. I have no idea. Could be one of them. Maybe. Yeah, it's receiving communications with one or more of us may be receiving this specific communication by electronics, whether text message, phone call, email, whatever the case may be. It looks like a positive scenario. Looks like it's good. There's 3 different parts to it, and it's one specific message or communication. However, there's 2 other parts that are involved with it. Likely a document of some kind that's present. It's abundant and prosperous. It's a good scenario, I would say. Again, we have this action, momentum, things taking place, life force, vitality, going for whatever it is that we want to have. Those qualities being present. And there also may be a house or property connection in some way, shape, or form. Now, if it isn't house or property in some way, then it's either that and or this abundance and prosperity that I just mentioned like a minute ago. And that has 2 different parts to it as well. So there's just a lot taking place within, I would say, from what I'm seeing, within a very short period of time in a very precise individual scenarios taking place very, very soon, like tomorrow, possibly as well. Okay. Let's keep going. Now, let's look at the other 2. The other 2. Ever so minor conclusion. It's ever so minor. And it looks like it's actually a good scenario. There's a happy face around it. So that's good to see. I would also say from what I'm seeing that it involves receiving something very positive, as well as possibly even ever so slightly a new opportunity is being thought about, being contemplated in some way, shape, or form. Now, the other half of the other scenario in the short term, again, I keep seeing a lot of happy faces. Sorry, I'm a bit dry today. Sorry. I keep seeing happy faces throughout here, though, which is, to me, a very good thing. And let's see what else we have here. Yeah, again, it's receiving positive things. We have this other scenario where we are receiving goodness. We are receiving good things. Unconventional stability. So I say this word a lot. So what do I mean by that? For example, you pay a boxes, you sell them online and make money. That kind of situation. So this other scenario, that's what I'm seeing in here prominently, is this unconventional stability. There even may be like one part one way, what aspect that is of significance regarding this. And it looks like whatever that seemingly small thing is, it involves like things taking place, things are coming to fruition in the process of blooming, of blossoming, of taking fruition. Action momentum, yes, but getting things organized, tidied up. Receiving communications as well. Again, it's this concept of receiving communications, and it's abundance and prosperity as well. There's likely an Aries and or a Taurus connection that's involved with this scenario, possibly the letter V as well. Happy scenario, a big happy face in here. Possibly someone with a prominent nose is involved. Excuse me. And or the letter L is involved in that. Yeah, but I'm seeing happy faces throughout that situation, so I can only say that's a good thing. Yeah. There's also reassurance being indicated regarding that scenario as well. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, let's look at this main eventer situation. So having said all of that, let's begin. Looks like this main eventer situation does take place, like starts to essentially, well, it starts like imminently, but really begins like begins tomorrow, being Tuesday. Overall, this main event does have like there's a lot of conversations, things up in the air, being discussed, talked about, decided upon, pick your word or phrase, but things of that nature, those characteristics involved. In fact, I would say almost like 60-40, like 60% approximately. Okay, hang on, let me rephrase. Be strict, like more like strictly accurate. We have one part of the scenario that really is all of that, like a lot of things up in the air. Part of it that is a combination of that, and also knowing where we stand and yet we don't at the same time. So clarity and yet not, the kind of knowing the scenario, but not knowing the details, that kind of situation. And in addition to that, we also have another 2 significant events taking place Wednesday, I would say, Wednesday to Thursday, and another one, or I'd say Thursday and Friday taking place. So those 2 scenarios, which I'm actually very, very so excited about, clearly. So we'll get to those in like a few minutes, just like a minute or two. But yeah, that overall, that's what I'm seeing. And the base looks crazy, busy. This weekend looks insane, but that's okay. We'll get to that control chaos later on. Okay, so in the short term, again, we have a helpful individual. This could be you, yourself, and or someone else involved. Again, this tidying up, I've seen this already, but this concept of getting things organized, tidied up, sorted out, things of that nature. Yeah. Someone who is a fire sign, and now a dragonfly, I know that you mentioned that you're a Sagittarius, so that's cool. But someone who is likely a fire sign, so could be referencing you and or someone else. And it's like in some aspect, some of us, or we're sending a communication out. We're sending a message to someone else, likely electronically, I would say, quite possibly, but possibly. But yeah, this concept of sending a message out to someone else. And we're thinking a lot about it. We can even say more accurately, there's likely the divine guidance. We're receiving intuition around it, something to that effect. Something to do with like knowledge, possibly knowledge, acquiring of knowledge, learning, receiving a message, and then we send a message back, something to that effect. And this is involving a new idea, a new concept, a new opportunity in some way, shape, or form, something to that effect. Person, place, or thing with the letter S involved, and there's a positive change regarding that specific part of this whole overall scenario in the short term. This also involves like a sweet and gentle energy, as well as, yes, like using our intellect, like a reminder to use our intellect, using our God-given minds, but also positive change, like it's small, but a significant change as well. Possibly the letter W, person, place, or thing that's involved as well. How's everyone doing? Hanging in there? It's always surprising with tea leaf reading. There can be so many details. It's always interesting. Letter C and or E, that what I was just referencing, with that helpful individual. Again, there may be a Taurus and or Aries connection with that individual as well. Possible letter J, letter U as well, possible. Letter U and J, maybe letter V again. That involves like a nurturing, a gentleness, a playfulness, a compassionate energy characteristics as well in that scenario. Oh, Bree's walking. Hi, Bree. Let's go over and say hi. No, Bree's walking, but she's going back to bed. She's tired. I got tuckered out. She had a busy day. Going to the beach and having treats after is so hard. She's off to bed. Okay. Yeah. So on Tuesday and Wednesday, like Tuesday heading into Wednesday, there's, from what I'm seeing, there's a significant change. Yes, there may be like this intellectual bit or intellectual premise or characteristic to it, but that's what I'm seeing. Creative projects, a new venture of some kind, working with other people, working with someone else, actually, I would say in particular, involves a positive change. This individual, like there's some connection with this positive change. And oh, Dragonfly, I will give Brie a hug for you. I will give Brie a hug for you. Thank you so much. I always love that emoji. It always makes me smile when you put that one in. Thank you. Little paws are so cute. But yeah, like there's this sense of like going within, this meditation, inner work part or process or aspect to it. Brie has a tough life. I know. Okay, Brie definitely has a tough life. She eats home cooked food. She goes to the beach every day. She has her treats after. Play splash in the water. Throw things in. No, she has a very hard life. So those qualities are present. And again, there's this positive change that's involved with this as well. And significantly, there's a bit of a surprise here related to this gentleness, this unconditional love, support. There's a puppy in here. So this unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection, companionship, those qualities, those sweetness, protective qualities are present. And also this could be referencing someone who is like an actual human being, like someone who's a woman. If you're watching this and you're a woman, it could be you, it could be referencing someone else, but something to that effect. And there's also this forward, okay, I've seen it a few times now, but this forward movement, action, momentum, going for whatever it is that you want to have, not being held back. I keep seeing that. Good swimmer with her web paws, Dragonfly. Absolutely. She is a chocolate lab. So if we let her, she would literally live in the lake. I'd never get out. She's like, no, I'm good in here. I'm fine. That's what she would do. She loves to swim. She loves the water. Yeah, her little web toes are so cute. Yeah. I have to post another picture on my community tab. I think I did that last year. I can do one. I can send another one. I can put another one on my community tab, like tonight or tomorrow, of Brie. Show people. Yeah, she's cute. She's cute. Okay. There's also, again, this possible Leo connection, which makes sense. I know we're in time of Leo, so this is like either referencing the fact that we are Leo and or someone else who is Leo that's involved. But again, there's this woman, a helpful individual possible, but there's this forward movement. I keep seeing it, which is good. I see that as being a very good thing. And positive changes, I keep seeing that in here too. So this is all very interesting to me. I'm always interested. But it's this forward movement, this newness, a new beginning, nurturing, creativity. A reminder that the angels are around us or with us. I firmly believe that all the time. I firmly believe that we always have divine guidance at all times. Anyway, that's just my own opinion. Experience too. And now heading into around Wednesday, Open communications between two, like open communication between two people, but it's this open communication, this creativity, this newness, this, no, okay. Someone may be having a child, there may be a new child or new children coming into the family, or a significance around new children coming in, something to do, maybe a pregnancy, could even be referencing that, something to do with this creativity. Now, if it isn't referencing like an actual child, human or fur baby, it's something to do with like receiving, something to do with like this creativity, making new things, new creative projects, new creative work in some way, shape, or form. This creativity, but involves two different people. Open communication certainly regarding that situation, and like really going for whatever it is that you want to have. This freedom of movement, not being held back. Letter E, person, place, or thing. Keep seeing it. And also possible Scorpio connection too, with that as well. Letter W. Okay, so we have a few letters here, so please bear with me. Letter J, E, E, and W. Okay. New opportunity being presented regarding that. Lots of helpful people regarding that as well. Yeah, again, it's this either this creative energy and or physical, possibly physical children involved in some way, shape, or form, pregnancy in some way. Now, around Wednesday and Thursday, we have this very intriguing to me grouping. Oh, some of us actually may be smooching. You have to, okay, you have to give me some comments on this. Like, you have to. Okay, so some of us may be smooching. There may be possibly a new romantic interest involved. There's this harmony, loving and harmoniousness that's present. New opportunity, meeting of minds as well. Very loving scenario. Okay, I'm waiting for the comments, guys. Ladies, come on, please. Okay. Possible Sagittarius connection with that as well. Letter W and C and or G, likely G, but keep seeing letter W. Partnership as well, obviously. Okay, that's involved. That's intriguing to me. Okay, and then heading in Thursday to heading into Friday, we have another grouping, and a very large grouping. So we have abundance and prosperity. Oops, sorry, 1 second. Making sure this is working on my end. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Thursday and Friday. Nope, not me checking Friday. Well, we never know. We're looking into the future. I mean, Wednesday, Thursday. We still have a few days. Let me know. We still have some time. We still have some time. No rush. You know, it's all divine timing, but you never know. Except because sometimes kind of do. You know, that's what my friend says. Okay, so Thursday heading into Friday. Thursday into Friday. Across those 2 days, from what I'm seeing, there is a situation that involves abundance and prosperity. Is actually related to this. Loving and harmoniousness situation that we just talked about. Now, it could also be referencing also, yes, Sagittarius, possibly, but also a lovely sense of stability, another letter W that's involved with that. And, yeah, okay, that's really what I'm seeing mostly in there. A letter M as well that's involved in that individual scenario. Okay, moving on. But it is related to that. Stability, things along those lines, angelic support, things along those lines. Okay, now heading into this other abundance and prosperity, this other secondary event. And again, there's a lot of surprises. Like, there's a lot of unknowns with this. We're really not supposed to know what a lot of like many of the details regarding these two individual situations. Hence me using the word surprise. However, the second event, totally from what I'm seeing here, abundance and prosperity forming beautifully as of now, as of later. And there's definitely, like, from what I'm seeing, multiple individuals involved. So working with many people. We may even construe this as partly as being like a semi part, partly in part a conclusion. There we go. Bit of a conclusion as well. But I mean, even with that small conclusion, that's a potential. It's I'm going to say it's a form of a conclusion that's still forming. But anyway, it's this working with other people, this partnership. But even with that, it's this forward movement, not being held back, going for what you want to have. Like this conclusion that results in this really interesting scenario with like just going for whatever it is that you want to have, this life force and vitality, partnership, working with other people, abundance and prosperity. Letter N under V. N and V, also related with that is the number 4. Again, I'm absolutely not a numerologist. I don't pretend to be. However, for me, 4 represents the angels and stability. It just does. So I'm going to say that there's some likely, possibly Sagittarius as well. So some connection regarding that as well. So something to do with stability and or an angelic connection involved in that situation in some way, shape, or form. Helpful individual involved in that entire situation. It's a woman. It's this freedom of movement. It's this happiness, jubilation, triumphantness, happiness, dancing and happiness scenario, those qualities, those characteristics involved. Yeah, feeling really positive, feeling really, really jovial on a Friday. Helpful individuals involved, positive changes. Okay. Now, looking into the rest of, like, looking into the base. My goodness. Bit crazy here. So we definitely have, from what I'm seeing in here, about a third of the base is very, very condensed. It's very much grouped. So in other words, like it's very, very tightly grouped. So in other words, we're really not supposed to know a lot of information. It's a surprise. However, working with like multiple people are involved. That's involved. But overall, it's this overriding or overall sense of communication. Things being discussed, things up in the air a little bit, being worked out, communicated, thought about, things along those lines. Making something new, this new creative project, working with other people, getting things organized. A partnership specifically involving 2, possibly 3 individuals, but most likely 2. I'm going to say 2. And it's like this sweetness, gentle energy. And it's also involved in, and again, it's this, again, all week, it's this action. I keep seeing instances throughout this entire grouping of action, movement, action, movement, action, movement. Maybe not like overwhelming like sense overall as action and movement, but individual in individual scenarios throughout this entire reading, throughout this entire week. It's like, oh, that moves fast, that moves fast, this moves fast, that moves fast, that moves fast. That's what I'm seeing. Same in the base, same for this weekend. Letter S, person, place, or thing. Also, it's the sweetness and gentleness in the base as well, yes, but also like being able to like scurry around. There's a cute mouse face in here. Okay, so being able to get things done very almost like subtly, quietly, unnoticed kind of energy. Possible letter R and or B involved. What's that other word? What's the word I'm looking for? Hang on. Multitasking. There we go. A sense also of multitasking in here as well. In this overall unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection. There's a dragon in here. That's what dragons represent to me. Most certainly in TV reading, but that's what they represent to me. So is it this intense feeling of unconditional love, support, loyalty, commitment, protection. Multiple people involved, helpful people. Letter S, going with like reading, researching, acquiring of knowledge in one specific circumstance that involves the letter Y, most likely letter Y, maybe U, but letter U, but most likely letter Y. Abundance and prosperity. I sound so repetitive by I sound so repetitive by saying the same thing all the time of like going for what you want to have, not being held back, but I keep seeing it. I keep seeing that throughout this entire cup. This going for whatever it is that you want to have, not being held back. Probably instances of that throughout this entire week. Excuse me. Now, in addition to all of this, again, there's a lot of like things up in the air, a lot of things being discussed. Not there's some chance, there's some instances in here in the weekend and heading into next week of a reprieve of terms of like quietness. But I would say to use your quiet time throughout this entire week. That we are all collectively being reminded, take it as you will, leave what you don't, obviously, but pacing ourselves, get anything that we need to get done as this week unfolds, so that way we are ready for all the busyness in the base, which is this weekend. So quick look and see at this other secondary event, and then I think we'll call it a night. We're already approaching 10 o'clock, and to me that's we're getting on a little bit. I know 10 p.m. here in the Eastern time zone. Quick check over here. Again, this possible Aries and or Taurus connection. No, there also may be someone, honestly, who's involved who is Cancerian, astrologically as well. That's involved. Again, a reminder that the angels are always around us. Always ask for divine help should you wish to, in my opinion. Lots of helpful people around as well. Yeah. Lots of helpful people around. Again, maybe a bit of researching, learning, open, but more so than that, open communication in one instance around Thursday between two people. Like there's someone in authority, someone sitting beside them, with them, and they're speaking with two other people. Okay. It's about one thing, one talking point in particular. It's part of this overall scenario here. Again, it's like bravery, communication, standing up for yourself, asserting personal boundaries, another Leo connection, voicing yourself. Like that's really what I'm seeing in that scenario, as well as like some financial like abundance and wealth. And so that's nice to see. Possible there's likely results in this whole scenario results in a positive partnership, a significant one actually from what I'm seeing. Okay, and I think we're going to end it there. That was kind of crazy. But this just goes to show you that even if the situation is kind of small, seemingly small, there's a lot going on. And that's really, again, really what I was seeing. So how is everyone doing? You're still hanging in there with me. I hope that you enjoyed that tea leaf reading. Again, I'll post the pictures tomorrow so you can take a look at the leaves should you wish to. I'm just going to move the computer over here so I can see the chat a little bit better. But if you're still here, please chime in and say hi. I think we're going to call it a night like within the next minute or so. Did any of that resonate with you at all? I'd love to hear your comments. If you're watching this on a replay, please let me know in the comment section below. Should you wish to share any validations? Yes, Linda. And Linda's, of course, you said it best. We'll wait and see. So maybe give it a week or so. Check back in next week and see what you think of looking back on the week and comparing it to what came through in the reading today. I'm always curious to see that as well. Yeah, for sure. Well, everyone, thank you so much for being here. Went on a little bit longer than I intended to, but I thought it was a very, a lot of information to be shared tonight. Yes, Jenny, me too. I'm always curious. I'm always curious to see what's going to come through. And I'm always curious to see what happens. So looking back and finding the correlations between that and the reading. Absolutely. So ladies, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate hearing from all of you. And it looks like we were pretty much spammy bot troll free. So that's really good. So everyone, thank you again for being here. I really appreciate each and every one of you. You ladies have made my night. And I hope that you all have an amazing, amazing week. Linda, thank you. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Linda. Linda is a resident note taker. I know you weren't taking notes tonight, Linda, but she is our note taker. That's what Linda does. So that's what she's famous for here. She takes notes. She's our note taker extraordinaire. Thank you so much, Linda, for being here. Oh, am I saying your name correctly? I always hope I'm saying everyone's name correctly. It's always been hard on this side of the camera, but is it Jureen? Jureen? Jurine? Jureen? Jureen? Please correct me if I'm not saying your name correctly. Jureen? First time here, thank you. Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you hopping into the chat. That's awesome. I'm always happy to see our new friends hanging out here. You're most welcome here. The best people are always in the chat. We have a lovely evening here on Monday evenings. Jareen? Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Well, I hope that you enjoyed the reading, Jareen. So that's really cool. And Dragonfly, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that, Dragonfly, as always. Always your help. Jenny, thank you so much, Jenny. Thank you, everyone. It's not lip service. I really mean it. Thank you. It's always nice to see people here. I hope that you enjoy the readings. And lovely segue into a bit of shameless self promo here again, but Doreen. But if you're interested in coming back again on Thursday, Doreen, what we do on Thursday evenings is there's Dragonfly is on Thursday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. I already scheduled the live, so it's all up. It's all up right now. We go live at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we do live viewer readings. So if you'd like to have a quick 5-minute taste test of a tea leaf reading, you're most welcome to come back here. Have it. It's live on YouTube. It's live on 9 p.m. at 9 p.m. Eastern. Following my words. Lots of talking here. But we go live again on Thursday evenings at 9 p.m. We're back again here Thursday, August 1st. Crazy to say. And you're welcome to come back and have a quick 5-minute tea leaf reading if you're interested. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Greetings. Thanks so much. Well, everyone, I just don't like ending the chat because everyone's having such a nice time chatting back and forth amongst with each other. But let's end it here for this evening. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you so much. I will. Oh, that's awesome, Dream. Awesome. Well, I look forward to seeing you back again on Thursday. I have scheduled that link, that live rather. So if you click on like the live tab under my channel here, just it should say upcoming, and that's for Thursday. So that's all scheduled. So hope that we can see you then too. So have a great evening, everyone. Hello, all. Yeah, I never like getting in the chat because everyone always has a nice time chatting. But we will call it a night, and we will be back on Thursday, August the 1st. Isn't that crazy? How is it already August 1st? But we'll be doing those live viewer readings on Thursday. If anything ever changes, I always post my community tab within a couple of hours or so of me going live to confirm if I can or cannot. I just is a nice goodwill gesture on my part. So thanks, everyone. Thank you so much for being here, Jareen. That's awesome that you're here. And we will see everyone again on Thursday, August the 1st. Replay of this will be up tomorrow afternoon, along with pictures of the tea leaves. Love you all so much. Have a great night, and we'll see you soon. Bye.